Farescape engineer inspector summary video. We're here in Bridgeport. We got a farescape on the back of 205, so it's a separate building on a side street behind 205, and the farescape is inspection is being done here to verify whether or not we're ready for a load test or other satisfactory evidence to the official. Not requiring a load test. The farescape does not pass the confidence test. It cannot be load tested as we speak. The main issue is that we have all original hardware on this farescape. Everything is either rivets or square heads, but a majority of this is rivets. A lot of the supports, riveted supports, but they're all encrusted with rust. We have a lot of tiebacks into the building that are rotting out into the building also, as the photographs will show. So a lot of these are rotting back into the building, but it's a rod. That rod right there goes into the building, and then it ties into the angle. So the angle is actually outside the steel, but then the rod goes inside with most likely a pressure plate on the inside. That's what we have here. But the rest of it is all riveted. All rivets are original. All square head bolts are original. Square heads on the treads. But again, rust. A lot of rust buildup inside the treads. You can see further down we'll have much better evidence of treads. The other thing too is the cantilever unit is down. It broke. It fell to the ground. There's the remains of the cantilever. It's on the ground. There's the winch system, and it too is all original hardware, all original rivets on that. That needs to be rebuilt and load tested. And then the new cable system, so that when the farescape is released, it drops to the ground and hits the ground. Right now it's able to, people can break into the building from the back side here. There's lead paint on this farescape, so make sure that whoever does any repair work must have a renovator's license. All repair work must be done under permit. Farescape, whether you're going to spot repair it and then load test it or refurbish it in lieu of a load test, it does require engineer oversight. So the city official will require a criteria letter to come from the engineer overseeing the project, whether it's in a repair and load test or whether it's in a refurbishment, to avoid the load test. But as you can see, it's rotting in there. See that rot? That's all rotted, and then it ties back in here with these rivets. But again, water and rust has gotten into there. Same thing on the other side, zooming in there. So a lot of times the only choice you have is either load test this, or right here to this side, I'm gonna go 5 inches away, put in a new epoxy bolt here, 3/4, 8 to 12 inches deep. That's gonna have a bracket and an angle that comes back in here, and then we pick up this angle, and then we just seal that original hardware. Just stays there. That original connection, we just seal it and we forget about it, because the new epoxy bolt connection on the other side is going to be the primary. This needs to be swapped out, and this one needs to be swapped out, so that we don't have to load test it. Otherwise, you leave any original hardware behind, whether it be rivets or squares. You have to load test it in order to have a guaranteed letter to the official. So, and the NFPA is very clear. The authority having jurisdiction shall accept by load test or other satisfactory means of strength. So if you want to avoid the load test, you have to refurbish the whole farescape and avoid the load test, or spot repair the farescape and remove 100% of all the rust in every connection. So as you can see when you go up this farescape, a lot of major rust that they left behind, never cleaned out. They kept painting this, but they never cleaned out the rust. And obviously this is a cantilever that used to be up in the air to there, and once you release it, it drops to the ground. But looks like the cable fell, didn't hurt or kill anybody, but as you can see, when these things drop, what they can do here too is cage this if they want. If they don't want to deal with this release arm anymore, this cage, they can actually cage the bottom 10 feet of it and just cage it so that people don't break into the building. Or in some cases, they can actually cage the very top here. And then the door swings open. Now there's a missing rail here and there's a missing rail here, which is usually a chain, because this thing, when it's up, the chain acts as a rail. So the rail is missing here. The holes are here for it. So again, any questions? The farescape does not pass the confidence test, does need repairs. Permits are going to be required. Renovator's license, because of the lead paint and the EPA requirement, is in effect. And engineer oversight is going to be needed. Whatever engineer is chosen for the engineer oversight portion of this repair must submit criteria letter to the official, and once approved, that criteria letter will be then used to pull the permit, and the engineer will have 3 to 5 visits on the fire escape to make sure that the vendor of record is doing the correct job. See, I put my finger in there. This is all popped. So this is all original hardware. As you can see, you can put your finger through there. Really embedded into the ground. That's what we have here. Any questions, Fire Escape Engineers, Inspector Summary Video. Inspector Meneses, 800-649-3333.